The Second World War era is one that has been kind of romanticized in film. And it felt logical to us that 30 years from now, it's an environment that people would want to explore.
Maeve wakes up in a completely different environment to the one she or we, the audience, are familiar with. And she's in Italy. She's in this very specific time of World War II.
We tried to embed some resonances and echoes from Westworld in Warworld. And it comes down to the details, really. You know, Shay created a costume for Maeve that, of course, is a period-specific costume, but echoes a little bit of her color palette so we can keep some consistencies with the character.
It was tricky to find the exact shade. We did quite a lot of dyeing of fabric. I decided to start with an authentic garment, and then we work our creation from there.
Then the question became, okay, well, which version of the World War II story are you telling? We looked at the campaign in Italy, and our extraordinary production designer, Howard Cummings, managed to transform it.
Even though this is set in Italy, we felt like Spain was a better option for us. Besalú was pretty frozen time, and its main feature is this quite beautiful, I think, 12th century bridge.
When I got here, there were stores and restaurants. We went to dinner. When I came back, and it was like sandbags, and the next thing, machine gun. So the next day I show up, and it's like in World War II.
Where are we?
Stranded in hell.
It involved bringing in truckloads of sand the day before and spreading it out, and barricades and tanks and German vehicles that we sourced from all over Europe to set the scene for this big sort of march into the city.
He managed to completely transport even me. Like, I'd written the script and I knew it was to come, but walking down that street and stepping into Howard's world was like being sucked into something that I'd never seen or experienced before. It was like time travel.
This game is a replica of our world, but it has limited processing power.
You overtaxed the system.
Maeve has overloaded the system to the point where a bullet comes out of a soldier's gun, it freezes, and then systematically we see everyone else freeze in the courtyard. So we took a bunch of the soldiers and we choreographed positions that they could be in that looked really kind of precarious. You couldn't be in this position unless you were frozen in time. And we did that by staking their, their midsections, so there would be like a stake that we would paint out later in post-production, or they'd be on their back and there'd be like something holding them up in the backside that we would paint out later. And we worked on this in rehearsal, and we got a really nice choreography together.
We've done frozen moments with hosts where they generally freeze, but in those moments, their hair can still blow because we're still in the real world and the robots are just freezing.
So all their clothing still has to move, but we have to make them not breathe. This moment, it's a simulation.
Everything is frozen, including the bullet coming right up to Simon's face.
Besalú was one of the places we jumped out immediately when we were looking at scout photos. It's absolutely stunning. People have been incredibly welcoming. The crews are amazing. The food, of course, is incredible. We've had a fantastic experience.